Alright, we're here on the 1980 LS Swap Camaro today, and I got a 3D printing job. So this is the seatbelt guide, and as you can see, it is broken. So I think we'll just pop this off, take this screw out, there's another screw here, pop this off, and draw it up in CAD. We'll use SolidWorks, and then we'll 3D print it. So let's check out that process. Okay, great. I got the bracket off here, and it was just kind of held in there with some drywall screw and just a random screw. So it looks like it was just threaded into a little metal plate that's embedded here. So maybe we'll drill and tap these out and make that a bit stronger, get something proper instead of just these screws here. Here's the piece, and here's my first attempt at drawing it up. It's very crude, and it definitely needs a lot of work, but it's a start and it's a base point, and we're gonna work on this and grow off this and make it better until we get there. Okay, so here's the second drawing that I've got. So this one has this notch in here so that the seatbelt can slide under and get into this area. Although, unlike the other, the factory one, you can see there's only one hole here, and that's so you can just slip the seatbelt up and slip this up and slide the seatbelt in, and then you've only got one screw showing. But I don't think the plastic will be strong enough, or malleable enough to have that flex point here. So I think we'll just put the two screw holes in for now and try it like that. Alright, so I threw some radii on here, and it definitely still needs some work. For example, in this area, these aren't lining up. Definitely needs some work, but I think we're going to print this one out, and I just want to feel how flexible this joint is up here and see what this gap looks like once it's printed. So let's print that out and see where we're at, and then we'll make some revisions from there. Okay, so I've imported the model into the slicing software Cura. Let's just take a quick look at how this is going to print. So we can go by layer. So to lay the first layer, the blue is the support material over here. This is the support material. The red is the outer edges, and the yellow and green is the infill. So let's go from the bottom. It's going to do something to that effect. So let's get that printed out and see how things look. It'll be a good first idea of the model. All right, print has started. So it should take about 2 hours. We'll come back every half hour or so and check on it. All right, we're 40 minutes in, and it's coming along nicely. It looks good. Check back in a bit. Okay, an hour and 35 minutes gone by, and we're looking good. Nearly there. 2 hours, 48 minutes later, we got our part. Let's take the support structure off and see how it looks. So here they are side by side. You can tell the original one is much bigger, and this is because I didn't take too much time to dimension this arch here. I really just wanted to get a look for this gap right here, where the seatbelt goes through. You can just see it moving there. We're gonna have to make that a bit bigger and just clean things up, but overall it's a good start. All right, so here's the latest version of it. This looks a lot better. I've increased this gap here to 1 millimeter instead of 0.5 mil, but there's still some spots that aren't perfect, like this and here, and this fillet isn't working out here, and some meshing issues over here. So I'm going to redraw this just a little bit differently, but I think I'll print this one just to check this clearance, how that works, and see if this hinging point is strong enough. And we'll go from there. But I'm gonna print this one and redraw this one more time, and we should have something pretty good by then. Alright, so here's our latest piece. I just pulled this off the printer. It's printed in this green color, not the black, just because I was running out of the black and wanted to use some of this up. So this looks really good, despite how it looked in 3D with those funny meshing surfaces. This looks a lot better because the printer won't print that high resolution and get all those funny details. So this actually looks really good. I'm happy with this gap here, 1 millimeter, that's good. What I want to do is just clean up some of these cuts here. This is a bit too thin up here, and we need to add a radius around the top here, but I think we should put that on the car and see how it fits. Okay, I got the prototype mounted on the car here, and it looks good. The angle seems to be all right. I'm not too worried about that. And I just put the same screws back in. We'll fix those later. But that looks good. It seems to work. And clears the door. So we'll clean some things up in the model and print it in black and stick it on. All right, so after a couple hours of messing around here in SolidWorks and some trial and error, I think I've got a pretty good final version here. Or I think we're really close. This might even be it. So I had to utilize a lot of lofting features and a lot of fillet features here to get these nice curved edges. So I think this might be the final version. I want to print this out and slap it on the car and see how it looks, and if it's good, then we'll print another one for the other side too. Okay, here's the final version of the seatbelt mount. It looks good. I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to print this in Black PLA, and I'll make another one that's going to be just a mirrored version of this for the passenger side, and we'll get this mounted on the car. Okay, we have the final version of the seatbelt bracket here. They're the same part, they're just mirrored. So here's 1 and 2 over here. So this is going to be about a 9-hour print. I made the resolution super high at 0.2 millimeters. So these are going to look really nice, and it's got a 25% infill, so these should be plenty strong, and these should do the trick. Alright, these are done printing. They look awesome from what I can see. You just got to pull the support material off and then get these mounted on the car. Alright, I got the driver's side seatbelt guide all mounted up. And I decided, instead of drilling and tapping these out, I just used some nice long self-tappers. These work much better, and they look more uniform, and they work great. Don't need a drill and tap. That'd be a bit overkill. So that looks really good. Let's install the passenger side now. Okay, so here we are on the passenger side, and if we have a look, it is pretty badly damaged. This part is broken right in half. And again, the screws mounting it in are just a joke. It's wood decking screw and a drywall screw. So we're gonna take that off, put this nice new bracket on that we 3D printed, and put these self-tappers in, and this should do the trick. Old one off, we can mount this nice new one. So this will go something like this. All right, first we got to slide it over the seatbelt. Just like that. Mount it up here. I got to put the camera down and run those screws in. Okay, I've got this side all mounted up nicely. Some proper screws in there. And it's looking great. It does its job. And I think the black's a good color. Doesn't stand out too much. Looks good. Well, thanks for watching, and that's it for today.